Yo, what's good? What's good, Panther Nation? What's popping with y'all, man? I know I had to come up here real quick and address these rumors because I know a lot of people gonna ask me in my opinion what y'all think is gonna happen. Shy, what you thinking? What you think is gonna happen? What's going on? So I got about 30 minutes before I got to take my daughter to dance. So I'm gonna address this real quick. What's good, everybody in the chat? I know y'all like tired of me going live during the day. What's up, all in? What's up, everybody? Austin, D'Angelo, D, C, what's good? Juice, Amari, what's good with y'all, man? What's good with y'all, real quick? D Cash, what's good with y'all, man? Hey, real quick, so let's talk about this real quick. So according to the Riot Report, shout out to the Riot Report. That's the first place I saw it reported. The Riot Report they're reporting that it's been rumored that Matt Rhule is in the mix for the Oklahoma Sooners job. Okay, that is what is being said. And let me just share because I don't want people thinking I'm making this up because I definitely am not I don't want to get in the business of sharing fake news and all this stuff. So I want to share you where I'm getting information from. So shout out to the Riot Report. This is where the information is coming from on Instagram. So go to Riot Report, check out their Instagram channel. This is where I'm getting the information from. So again, I'm just reporting what the Riot Report is reporting, and I'm just going to give out my opinion on what's being said. Now, let me read this to y'all so everybody can see what's going on because I know it's a little small. But head coach Matt Rhule has been rumored to be in the mix for the Oklahoma Sooners job. Check some of the reports available so far, and these are credible folks here. Dean Blevins, News 9 talks about the contract situation and how it would not be a deal breaker. So they're talking about Matt Rhule's contract. Okay, they're talking about how his contract is not necessarily a deal breaker, and saying this is what they're saying. After being led to believe the contract with Carolina would prohibit a Rhule hire, now told that is not the case, and rightfully he could be in the mix. It would be a mistake to introduce a rush hire if it's the wrong guy. And I've learned one out of Oklahoma University's backup ideas. It's not good in my opinion. And I don't know how that reads. That reads very weird. I don't know what that's exactly saying. But it says the reported $25 million buyout with Rhule and the Panthers is not a deal breaker. Works like a hedge fund. Panthers wouldn't want to continue paying him and waive the $28 million if so inclined, and get down the road with to search with bad season nearing end. So they're saying that what essentially is being said is that Tepper could waive the buyout and say, dude, you know what? It didn't work here. Go ahead. We're going to waive the $28 million buyout. Because usually what happens is when a coach leaves a deal, Oklahoma or the team that is acquiring the new coach has to pay a buyout. And in this case, it's a $28 million buyout. What this report is saying is that the Panthers, seeing that this sucks anyway and it's not working out, that we could just go ahead and waive the buyout and just say, hey, you could take them. We're just going to wash our hands with it. That's what the report is saying. And this is Bruce Feldman, Fox Sports / The Athletic. That's this is a new report. So Bruce Feldman, Fox Sports, The Athletic. He says he says he has seen some speculation about the Matt Rhule to OU. Was told that's not happening. So you got conflicting reports. Some saying it could happen. Some say it couldn't happen. And Joe Person, shout out to Joe Person, The Athletic. We all know Joe Person, deal breaker. He's saying Joe Person from The Athletic is saying that Matt Rhule will continue to draw interest from college jobs, and I don't get the sense he is looking to leave. Wants to build a winner here in Carolina. If the Panthers have another down season next year, that is a different scenario. So Matt Rhule is saying, excuse me, Joe Person is saying that I haven't heard any rumblings. It could happen. It couldn't happen. We don't know. He gets the sense that he's going to stay around. So, yeah, I know, right? It's the article is really difficult to read. So my apologies. Here goes Dave. Dave, welcome to the stream. What's good, brother?
What's up, man? You tell me, man. You out here got me
Yeah, I know, man.
talking about these rumors and innuendos, and
I
you know what
know.
I'm
My
saying?
my bad. So I'm reading these reports. It is kind of jacked up. So my apologies on the way it's written. I'm assuming they're trying to get the news out quick and make mistakes. I do it all the time, so it happens. But Dave, what I wanted to get your thoughts. And again, this is not me reporting the news. This is other folks. It's all over Twitter. It's all over everywhere that Matt Rhule is considering, or Oklahoma, excuse me, is considering Matt Rhule, not the opposite. So Oklahoma is considering Matt Rhule. Dave, what's your thoughts on it?
All right. So the first thing I want to talk about, I want to say is the big thing about this situation is interesting because I, for those who don't realize it, there's only one thing I mainly I religiously watch on ESPN and the podcast, and that's the Right Time with Ryan and Jones. And they talked about the whole move that Lincoln Riley went to USC from Oklahoma. And the big thing that he said was like typically historically Oklahoma tends to go after younger coaches. They tend to go after younger coaches. And all due respect to Matt Rhule, he doesn't really fit that demographic as a younger coach. So in my head, if there's going to be a coach that Carolina's going to lose, it's not going to be him. It's going to be Joe Brady. So I understand that there's these rumors because the last time they had older coaches, they failed. They flaked out. Like Bob Stoops, when he became the coach, he was young. Lincoln Riley was young. So from my standpoint, I'm cool with it if it does come down.
Matt Rule's only 40 something, Dave. Yeah, we
Yeah, but
acting like
that's but
I hear what you're saying, but let's not say that Matt Rhule is old because he's not necessarily old. He's like 40, he's 46, bro. That's not terribly
46. He's
old.
only a little older than me.
Yeah, he's not terribly old, bro. Like it's not I get what you're saying. Younger guys, Lincoln Riley's definitely young.
Yeah, I don't know
I
how
get
old
what you're
Bob
saying.
Stoops was when he took the job.
I
I
can
mean,
look
I
it up.
didn't.
I can look it up.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead with your point, bro.
but so from that standpoint, I mean, I could legitimately see a scenario where we're probably going to lose one of our coaches, and I don't know which ones you guys are rooting for. Whether you rather lose Joe Rule, I think most of you guys probably prefer to lose both. But I don't think the buyout. I guess there's a $25 million buyout. I don't think that's going to be a factor in the decision if they decide to go with Matt Rule, because Tepper could easily say, if you want to leave, leave. He doesn't have to be a prick about it because the man doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to be here. That'll say a lot, by the way, if that does happen.
Right.
That would say a lot if he opts that out. But I mean, I think he's a college coach. So he should
And
go back to college. I
yeah, and
said that
Dave,
when we hired him.
yeah, and Dave, like you're not gonna get much better job than Oklahoma. I mean, you could talk about the SEC move, but still, Oklahoma's a damn good job. So, I mean, you could those jobs don't come available very often. You know what I'm saying? So,
They don't.
um, I I, I don't know. Just in what your boy Kelly said in regards to the LSU job. He said, "Yo, it's too good of a job to turn down." And I know it's college to college, but sometimes when those jobs come knocking, bro, they tough to
But but
turn down, bro.
but yeah, but at the same time, right? We're talking about what Brian Kelly was making at Notre Dame versus what he's going to make at LSU. It's
Yeah,
almost
for
it's
sure.
almost four it's almost four times the salary.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Like the man was making
But
$2.7 million a year at Notre Dame. He's going to be making close to 10
but
LSU.
I'm sure if Oklahoma was serious though, they would make it worth his while to.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but
so
the
I
thing
don't think
is,
they would.
but it goes back to why I think Joe Brady would beat the pick, not Rule, because Joe Brady ain't making $8.5 million a year.
Well, we don't know, but I'm assuming so.
Yeah, I don't think he's making 8 point. That's how much Rule's making for those who
Right.
don't know. That's what he's making per year. So I think we're talking you're gonna have to sweeten the pot for Rule to go over there. You're gonna be paying Rule $10 to $11 million a year.
And so just to address your Bob Stoops thing. So Stoops is 61 right now. In 19 he took the job in 1999. So that's what 12
22
years ago.
39 when he took 22
Or was
years
it 30?
ago.
Excuse, yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
22 years
22 years
ago.
ago. Yep. So it's
So
just, it's
he
about
was
7 years
39.
older, seven
Yeah.
years older than Stoops was when he took the job. So like in Dave's theory, he could be right in that they want a guy in their 30s, which Joe Brady fits the bill. So, and
I
both
will be
both names both names have been, they've been rumored. Again, this is all rumor. What we're saying is all rumor.
yeah,
There
it's all
is
rumor
no
speculation.
interviews. There is no interview schedule that we know of. There is nothing like that. This is just strictly rumor, and I'm only reporting off of what I see so far. And this is not like a done deal by any means. So I don't want anybody taking this saying, yo, Shad and Dave said, PNP said Matt Rhule going to Oklahoma. I'm just going to address the rumors because I know people are going to ask us. They're going to say, yo, Shad, what y'all think about Matt Rhule and what y'all think about the rumors? So I'm putting it out there now just so we can address it and be done with it. But the rumors are out there that, Matt Rhule it's been refuted. It's been supported. That there's interest to get Matt Rhule. Is it mutual? We don't know.
Supposedly Penn State was calling before they made the decision to extend Franklin. So I don't think it will be a thing if college is already calling out to see if there's an interest. So I think that's where he belongs. He's not an NFL coach. Like, if the last couple of weeks haven't shown you that, I don't know what will. He's not an NFL
Yeah,
coach.
yeah,
He's not. I know you
yep.
guys. I know there's some Rule truthers that think that he could turn this around in the third year, and if we keep him here for the third year, and we out here being 7-10, I'm gonna be like, that ain't the turnaround I think we were looking for.
And we talk about the whole program building and whatnot. One thing he has proven is that he can build a program at the college level. So why not go ahead and pick? And he's done it in the Big 12. Where Oklahoma resides. So they're familiar with Matt
Well,
Rhule.
he ain't go, but
They
they ain't gonna
know him.
reside there too much longer,
I
bro.
know, I know that, I know that. But what I'm saying is that Oklahoma is familiar with the job he's done. Baylor took it to Oklahoma. Okay, they're in the same conference. They are familiar with what Matt Rhule did on a hand to hand. They know they went up against him. They saw Baylor get better year in year out. Okay, they know what's up. So what I'm saying is that he has proven it at the college level, not necessarily NFL level, college level. Sure.
Listen, man,
Okay, let's
there'll be
stay.
a
Let's stay
lot
on the
of
rumor though. Let's stay on the rumor because this
stay
is
on the
this is
rumor.
yeah. Let's stay on the rumor. 'Cause
Okay,
I
let's
don't
stay
want
on
to
the rumor.
get yeah. I don't want to get
I
too
want to get
far
ahead of
off.
the horde of it. Yeah, I
Exactly,
feel you.
exactly,
No, I feel
exactly. I
you.
don't want to get too far off. We'll address that when we get to that point. Um, but let's stay on the rumor for now because I only got about 13 more minutes, and I want to go ahead and give my opinion on this rumor before we dive off to something else. So, do I think so let's start here, Dave. Do you think that this is going to happen? Do you think Matt Rhule is going to go to Oklahoma?
No, no, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think it's going to happen. He's already said in several press conferences that I'm not interested. I'm here right now. I'm trying to build this team, and I feel like at the college level, you got to get this hire done sooner rather than later. You cannot wait. So you need to get dudes in the building. I know it's convenient, and I said it. I said on Monday, I said, "Yo, watch Matt Rule's name. It's going to be tied to these Notre Dame and
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma jobs." We said it. We told y'all this was going to happen. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Matt Rule is
But
going to try to work it out here. Go ahead.
I've been paying attention to what's been going on with Notre Dame in particular. It sounds like they're more open to just keep to promote somebody from within.
Yeah, I've
They
watched
were
that too. I've seen that.
Marcus what's that, Freeman, I think his last name is.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
so like it sounded like he might be the next guy, which it'll be great to see. So I'm just, you know. So if Rule's going anywhere, it's gonna be Oklahoma. But I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. I know you guys are hoping that it could be that it's gonna happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see it happening. I have a scenario where it could happen. They're gonna have to double that man's pay or give him a nice little
Money
sweetener to do it.
talks. Money talks,
Hmm.
bro. Money talks. And again, I'm telling y'all, these type
They
of
got the
jobs, these
money.
college jobs, yeah, of course. Oklahoma, the boosters, fam, they got the cash, bro. Money talks. And if they wanted him, and I think if they got him in a room, bro, and they spoke to him, I think they could convince him if they really wanted him. But I don't even think they're gonna get that time. I think Matt Rule is really Matt Rule seems like a dude that wants to complete the job. Like he doesn't want to leave until he completes
But
the full. Go ahead.
but if somebody flies to your crib, takes the bags out of your vehicle,
It's happened before, right?
and talk to you, you might make a decision to come down to Norman, fly out to Norman, get
Yeah,
your resignation popping. But I don't know if Oklahoma's going to be willing to go do that. They could do it, but I don't think it's going to be a situation where Rule's going to fly to them. It's going to have to be the opposite. They're going to have to come to him if they really want.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But that's my opinion, dog. I think Matt Rule is gonna stay here. He's gonna. And again, these are all rumors, bro. Typically, we don't talk about the rumors, but I know y'all are gonna ask me about it, and that's why I want to come up here and talk real quick about it. I don't think it's going to happen, but the rumors are out there that Matt Rule, or excuse me, Oklahoma is interested in Matt Rule, and the buyout and all that stuff is not a reason
Yeah,
for them to
the
not.
fan base want it. The fan base want
Yeah,
it,
I
and the
think the
buyout isn't enough. The buyout doesn't matter. The way I've been reading some of the rumor mills, the buyout isn't
yeah.
a showstopper.
I read the article to the folks earlier that the buyout is not a deal breaker. They can go ahead and do it without him, without the buyout. And I think the Panthers, I think really they should go ahead and waive the buyout. But that's just me talking. It's not my money. So I think we listen. I don't know. I think Matt Rule's he's gonna hang around. He's gonna be until I see otherwise. Until I see him get an interview. If he gets an interview, then I
It's
think
over.
all right.
It's
I
over.
think it's over. Yeah, I think if you
It's
see
over.
Oklahoma interviewed Matt Rule, and what I think a tweet that I saw earlier was that uh somebody was there was a plane landing in the next hour or so, and the head coach was on the plane that the Oklahoma want, and it's gonna either be Matt Rule or I think Brent Venables. It's gonna be one of those two guys. That's the rumor that I saw on Twitter.
Come on,
And
man.
so I- if
Did that
I'm
did
just
that
gonna,
plane did that plane make it to Charlotte?
I don't know. It was supposed to be
Okay.
landed in Norman.
If that plane didn't make it to Charlotte, if you go back and look at the jips of the plane, if it didn't make it to Charlotte, then
If
guys,
it
it
didn't
ain't
stop by
happening.
Charlotte on the way
And
out
it,
there.
it, it gotta have a stop in Charlotte. It's gotta have a connection to Charlotte. If there's no connection to Charlotte, then y'all can forget about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be this guy,
Yeah,
whoever
Venables
this
from
is.
from from Clemson. Yeah, that's Venables from Clemson. So they're saying Brent Venables is in. Is this a Brett? Excuse me, I keep saying Brent. Is this confirmed? Because if that's the
Mm-hmm.
case, then we can end this live now.
We can
Let me confirm.
Brent Venables.
Brett.
Brett. So that we can end this now. Oh,
Oh, okay. No, they're talking about pictures. So there's a picture, and this is all Twitter, man, connecting the dots. Um, Apparently Clemson's coaching staff was in South Carolina, Greenville High. They were looking at some guys, and they're saying that Brett Venables was not in the picture.
well, now
Um,
it's saying Brent Venables is reportedly close to becoming the next Oklahoma football coach. According to Cam Marino, people close to the situation than normal think it's virtually a done deal to hire the Clemson assistant to take over. So we'll see.
so this is what Tyree said. Tyree says his sons do play for Clemson, and he said he's not going. So
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know, bro.
We'll know
I don't
quick
know.
because they got to make these decisions fast because of the
Yeah.
recruiting season.
Yep.
So we'll know
Oklahoma's
quick.
got. We're gonna know quick.
You see how fast all these other hires came out, man. How people were bouncing. Like, the Brian Kelly situation is wild, by the way. It's wild. Wow. But
Yeah, man. So
I
again, we're
got
just adjusting the rule. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Philosophical question about college football, because I know you watch it. You watch this way more than I do. So I got a philosophical question. Do you think the way that this coaching situation, the carousel that's happening right now, makes the NFL feel a certain type of way because of considering how much they're paying these coaches? Like compared to the NFL, being a college coach is not as stressful. You know what I'm saying? It's not a boiling plot like it is in the NFL. You can become a legend in college as a college coach much easier than you can in the NFL. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because even like if you think about from the standpoint of the NFL right now, Bill Belichick's like the only one. Maybe Andy
Yeah.
Reid if you want to say that. But like even Mike Tomlin, they're still they're asking for Tomlin's head now, even though he's kind of in that status too about not going to get fired. But in college, you got a lot of college coaches that are out there that are legends, like
Yep.
legends, never will get fired. Like
I think because
Brian Kelly
there's
would
different.
never have gotten fired from Notre Dame unless
Yeah,
he would
there's
have left.
different levels of success in college, right? Like some schools are happy with you just beating your rival, right? Get beating your rival, winning a conference title, like those are important to colleges, right? National championships are difficult to get, but it's not like those levels, like getting to a bowl, like having a bowl victory it's easy. The success is easier to come by in college than it is the NFL. In NFL, the fans want a Super Bowl. Like they want you to get to build a consistent
Mm-hmm.
playoff team. The levels of success is much harder in the NFL than it is in college. Like, fam, as a Florida State fan, I would have been cool if we could have just beat Miami and Florida State. I would have been happy with the coach.
In
It
Florida.
it Florida, excuse me,
Yeah.
Miami and Florida. If we could beat
Yeah.
those two teams, I would have been cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
So that's my
it's
point,
just
right?
yeah, it's easy. The success is easier to come by. The standards are much lower in college football.
And that's the
Depending
thing
on
too,
now,
right?
depending on the team, depending on the team. Go
But
ahead.
but at the same time, like for example, like if you're talking about taking taking the job at LSU, yeah, there's a different level of pressure cooker. But like somebody like a Mel Tucker who just got the bank at Michigan State, the pressure ain't the same there. You know what I'm saying? Like the pressure
Right,
is not the same there. But he's
right.
making bank. He was the highest paid big. He was the highest paid. He's the highest paid Big Ten coach. Like the pressure ain't the same there, but
And
you
you
can
get
still get your bag.
you get a little bit more time. You get time in college because it
Mm-hmm.
takes time. We talked about that in the build, right? You have to recruit. You have to get your guys. It takes at least 3 to 4 years before you can truly become a real head coach and claim ownership of a team. Like Matt Rhule, usually year 3 is the year his teams are good when he was in college. That's because he got his guys. I went over this on Monday, right? It takes time. So they get the luxury of time, right? And they get the luxury of having the lower bar. That's why it works out in college. Just my
Now
opinion.
it's just interesting because like you can really get a nice cushy gig. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll just use South Carolina for example. South Carolina is in the SEC. South Carolina as a team in the SEC for football, they're never like the intention for them is to never to be in it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're never like gonna ever be good to the point of being in it. They just need to be to the point of getting to some bowls. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's it.
Six and
That's
six. Six and
yeah,
six is all it takes.
that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like the only time that we legitimately had a shot to win the SEC was when we had Spurrier. And we still didn't get there. But we played in some really good ass bowls when he was here. So it's just it all depends. It all depends on the expectation of the squad. Like you could probably get a job at Vanderbilt and you start winning more games than all the other guys, you'll be a legend there. And you have more stability than you would ever have in the NFL. You know?
Yeah.
And
So
you'll probably make as much as a low end NFL coach
yeah.
because of these
So
boosters.
yeah. So I think at the end of the day, again, we only address the rumor because people are going to ask us what our opinion is. That's the only reason why we're live even discussing this. But at the end of the day, neither Dave or I think that Matt Rule is going to go anywhere, right? We don't think he's going to go anywhere unless there is an official interview announced. Unless there's an official interview announced, then this is all just rumors, bro. And again, I'm just addressing what is out there. Again, the Riot Report reported this. So if they put their name on it, then I think there is some legitimacy to it. The rumors are swirling. Now, is he going to get an interview? That's a whole nother discussion. So until that happens, it is what it is.
The other thing that makes this interesting too, and I know you got to go because I do too. I got to pick my
I
son
do.
up, but the other interesting equation to this is you would think Rule will be interested in this job if it's legit. If he thinks he might be in trouble after this season, if he doesn't think
Uh,
he's going to be in trouble after this season, he wouldn't have an interest in this job.
Yeah, I think he's comfortable with that 7 year deal. Maybe there's an understanding between him and Tepper, like, yo, we're gonna give you this many years. You're gonna be around at least this many years. So it's no point even leaving. So maybe that is the case. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, but um, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, they out here talking about why can't we trade CMC in the chat, and I'm like, guys, don't
I have
worry
to do a
about that.
video for it, bro. I have to do a video for it because y'all still don't understand.
No, no,
But
no, no. There's no shout out to Matty Matt. Matty Matt is straight up telling him, bro, you can't do it.
yeah,
Not happening.
we can do it. It just doesn't make good financial sense to do it. It's like me going out to finance a Lamborghini right now. I could probably get one if I wanted to, but it would destroy my pockets. It's not a good financial decision. Sometimes you just make bad decisions with money. You can do it.
It'll just cost you, and at that point, you might as well keep him. But nah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll know it. We'll know by the end of the week. I'll be in New Orleans by the time we know though, but we'll know by the end of the week.
Go hit up Trey. Go hit up Who Dat Nation right there. Shout out to Trey. But all right. So, that being said, I got to get out of here. I got to take my daughter to dance. And that being said, later tonight, we do have our interview. Hopefully, our interview with Miles Hartsfield happened. It was supposed to happen yesterday, but he had to reschedule. But hopefully, our interview with Miles Hartsfield happens tonight. If you are a Patreon member, you will get instant access to it. If not, you're going to have to wait till probably sometime this weekend, Friday or Saturday. But I don't know. Whenever I feel
Maybe
like it,
longer.
maybe
Yeah.
longer. I don't know. Yeah, whenever I feel like it, whenever Dave feels like it, whenever we want to release it, we'll release it.
Or
Um,
maybe we'll let
or
Miles
not.
decide. Maybe we'll
Yeah,
let
maybe
maybe,
we'll
we'll-
let maybe
maybe
we'll
we'll let
ask him
Miles
when he
decide.
wants to. Yeah, so it's on him. We don't know, but your best bet in order to get it is to become a Patreon member. You will get the interview live, and I got some good questions. I got some real good questions, and
$3 minimum, guys. It's all it takes.
yep, yep. So that being said, Dave, I got to get out of here. I got to
Yep.
run. We will see y'all. Patreon members, we'll see y'all tonight on the interview, and then we'll check y'all out. The rest of y'all out on Monday. I'm dropping a lot of draft content. Patreon members get access to that as well. But that being said, I'm out. Peace.
Peace, guys.